guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Battlestar Galactica. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 7 of season 4 of Battlestar Galactica, and the last episode was so good. We got a lot. We got a lot of emotional stuff, and we got a lot of storytelling stuff, especially with the Cylons. What was happening on the Battlestar, like, you know, we have this civil war happening with the Cylons outside of the Battlestars, the two factions that are very, very, very in disagreement with each other. And have attacked each other. You know, Cavill was like leaving all of these models for dead without a resurrection ship. Somehow they did survive, but, you know, now they need our help from the fleet to get to Earth. That's a very scary scenario, but, you know, even the infighting inside of the Battlestar, you have the 8s versus the 6s, and like the 8s like wanting to jump ship. They're like full on mutiny, which seems to be a major theme of the show. But like the 8s like just wanting to like say like this has gone too far. The 6s need to be stopped. And I love Athena just being like, when you pick a side, like, stay there, be loyal, like, and she's just so disgusted with her model. And I like that because Athena, I think, is like top tier. and like Boomer, you know what, whatever she's doing with Cavill, it's gross, but I do think that her being an 8 and being over there is going to kind of be the key to the downfall of like the 1s and 2s. People have written down who's who. I know that we don't have a 7. Yeah, anyway. The dudes over on the dude ship where Boomer is, I feel like she's going to be the key to like kind of like messing that up over there for them. Because like I feel like the 8s are like the more deeply emotional model. You know, like 6 is very passionate, but I feel like where you have Deanna, who's very passionate about like finding where she came from and understanding, you know, life and wanting to go deeper that way. I think the 8s are kind of deeper emotionally, and they struggle a lot with that, and that's why they're just like, this is uncomfortable, abandoned ship. And I don't know if like the 8s. I don't think they can talk through things, but I do feel like they're all kind of similarly the same, where they end up doing the right thing. And that's what I'm hoping happens. But we did have a moment with Anders and comforting. I don't think we got her name, but, you know, another 8 when she was dying. And it was such a beautiful moment. One, not only from Michael, I think his last name is Trucco or something like that. I should remember, but I don't. There's a lot of names, but him like comforting her and extending that to her, that grace was so beautiful, but especially because he's one of the final 5, I think he was having a moment where he could connect to a Cylon in a way that like he couldn't before. And giving her comfort before she dies was such a beautiful thing. And I think like where a lot of our final 4 that we have met, and still haven't met the last one, but they are definitely dealing with the Cylon inside and what that means for them and who that makes them. And when you learn something new about yourself and exploring that, you know, it could take you in any direction. You know, you see Tori lean full on into like being like 6, and because that's what she thinks a Cylon is, you know, Ty denying it completely, still wanting to like figure it out because of Ellen. Like, you know, like he like killed Ellen for, you know, being a contributor, a conspirator, either way. Like he killed her for helping the Cylons, and he's a Cylon himself. You know, I mean, like that's a struggle to go through. I think Chief, you know, the moment that he had with Gaius, it was so un-Chief-like, right? Chief's very emotional, and he was very stone-faced while Gaius was talking to him about Callie, and then he just extends a hand. And I don't know if it's like, I understand you now, or I forgive you for that moment. But Chief is still kind of trying to, I think Chief has been he's been struggling the entire time about his place, where he stands, who he is, all of that. And I think losing Callie didn't help, because he probably had like the identity of husband and lover, and he has Nikki, so like he still has that as a father, but like I think he's just kind of like devoid a little bit of like all those human feelings right now, which is 100% normal when you go through a really big trauma such as he has been. But I don't want him to think that void of the expanse of emotions that you can have is his Cylon parts, because it's 100% the human experience. That was a tangent about Cylons. But Leoben and the hybrid, like, Leoben was very set that the hybrid was going to tell Kara the way to Earth. And, the hybrid again repeated the harbinger of death. Now, you could take things very literal and just be like, oh, yeah, like she's going to bring death to everybody, or something specific like the human race as we know it. And that's not necessarily bad. That's, a metamorphosis, I think. And I refuse to see things negatively, like, oh, Kara's she's the messenger of death. She's going to kill everybody. It's all her fault. Like, I refuse to be in that mindset, because that's just not how I'm built. But like, I know that there's a possibility of it. I don't want you guys to think like, well, I'm not built that way, so I'm not going to think that. Like, I definitely do, but I voice my hopes out loud, which I think personally is like coming together with the Cylons, or like Earth is already filled with Cylons. I could be a Cylon, and there's so many more models, and like whatever. I don't know, but I don't think that like she's going to be the end of humanity and the human race as we know it. I am really looking forward to this episode, though, because if they jump back to the fleet and they got that Battlestar in tow, instant pew-pews up. I think it's going to be another screaming episode where it's just utter chaos and misunderstandings and people trying to, what they think in their mind about the Cylons is 100% the truth, even though it's not. It's a very nuanced thing. And I'm really interested to see how this goes. Because also, if I'm in the fleet and I've been feeling the way that I do about Cylons, I'm not like, yeah, let's take them to the house. That's a good idea. Let's bring these guys home. Like, screw that, blow them up. I totally understand it. But it definitely creates a chaotic scenario, which I really love. And I wanted Anders to put his hand in the communication goo or whatever it is, the slime pad, and like all of a sudden, like it unlocks everything that the Battlestar can do. Like the rest of the models, they didn't have that ability. He puts his hand in there and it's like, new achievement unlocked. And like, you guys have outdoor guns that are able to shoot. I don't know. But I really wanted to see what would have happened if he did that. So we had a lot of emotion at the end of the last episode too. And, we had Rosalind going through like the cancer treatments and her speaking with another woman who was also going through the last stages of cancer, and Emily, and kind of saw her pass on and go to the river and see her family members. I think that's very beautiful. Like I still say that, like, I don't know what happens when we die, but I hope that whatever you believe in is what happens for you. And so like her seeing her mother, and her saying, I'm not ready. And I think that might be something that's like really common with death when people have near death experiences, is that like they're just not ready yet. And then, they have unfinished business, to use a term that we've heard quite a bit when it comes to ghosts. I think that was a beautiful moment for Rosalind, but I think also Rosalind seeing that, like, that probably increases her faith. It probably makes her kind of know that the end is coming. And me, if I know if that someone's like, this is the day in which you expire, some people are just like gonna go bonkers crazy. Me, I would want to be the best person I could possibly be, and give grace to those who need it, and to give love to those who desire it, and just kind of go out feeling like good. And I don't know if Rosalind can necessarily go out feeling good. I know she believes everything that she's done has been for the greater good and has had a purpose. But I think that like sometimes there's things that she's done where I'm just like, you're not getting hung up on that? I'd get hung up on that. I don't know. I don't feel good about it. You shouldn't feel that great about it either. But she had this wonderful moment with Admiral Adama where like he didn't believe in everything at first about like the prophecies and like the existence of Earth even. You know, he was totally just like, no, it's just giving people hope. I mean, he wasn't like that, but that's me. That's my impression. It's not good. But, you know, he definitely was not a believer, and then being around her and the things that he's witnessed has made him become a believer. And I think that's a really powerful, huge moment for Admiral Adama, you know, and he's very emotional around her, and they're very open with each other. And I hate that there's going to be an end with her unless like they get to Earth and they're like, no one has cancer here. Like you get healed and you get healed and you get healed. I don't know. But I do feel like her time is coming to an end. And I think he does have this love for her that no one else can really. It's almost hard to explain because, like I've said, like they're in difficult positions. They're in impossible positions. The decisions that they've had to make are the hardest ones anyone has to make. I criticize them because I'm just like, you hypocrite this, or like I would never kill another human being like that. But like they've made these decisions for the survival of the fleet and themselves. And that is a heavy thing to hold. And, you know, them being able to like lean on each other and kind of have that commonality, I think that that's a whole different type of love and appreciation. And of course, we didn't get much from Gaius other than his radio show, but I don't know if Gaius is a changed man. I don't think I'll ever believe Gaius is a changed man. I think like he's always a man that's growing. I don't think he skews, you know, absolute evil and good. I think he's in a constant state of shenanigans, even if it's against his own will. So, you know, seeing how the cult's going and how all of the lovely ladies that he's bedding are feeling, it's weird. It's weird, but you know, there's so much to catch up on, especially if we're getting back to the fleet. Then the main story can be kind of more in the fleet. But I don't know if we get any like revelations about the final Cylon. I don't know if we get any more Six tie conversations. But either way, I'm really looking forward to this episode, and I hope it's juicy. And if it's not, that's okay. The next one better be, or some space shit. I like space shit, just not space shit ships. Okay, guys, let's get into it. Guess who's coming to dinner? That reminds me of Undiscovered Country, which I just watched Cassie Popcorn in Bed do, and I absolutely loved it.
Now go. Find a way to Earth.
Oh, I forgot about Gata and his leg. Cut it off. You'll be a cute one-legged guy. Don't you worry, Gata. You'll survive.
As XO of the Demetrius, I'm hereby relieving you of command.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, are we relaying the mutiny that happened to the Admiral, like, in all of its glory? Because we have to explain why Gata got shot.
Cylon base ship.
The base ship is ours.
Let's go home.
Oh, I got cold chills! Here it comes.
So I have learned from...
Oh, I guess not.
As long as I am in this office, the welfare of this fleet is not something you need to worry about.
Well, that's not
You
true.
owe the people a response.
Yes.
I owe the people?
Yes.
That's what I believe.
Transparency.
So Baltar is telling the truth?
Yes.
Lee. Oh, man. I thought he was going to continue yelling at her. I was like, calm down. I agree with Lee, though. They deserve a response.
Save it. No guarantees. When we meet up with the Colonial Fleet, I don't know if they'll feed you or frack you, all right?
Yep.
Since you've been calling the plays up till now, I'm assuming you're doing the talking.
Come on, girl.
God's help us. Tell the Demetrius to set their board to green. Unless both ships jump in together, Galactica will blow us out of the sky.
Yep. I still think they would want to blow you out of the sky.
Tactical.
Go now.
Go.
Okay, that does
FTL.
not look good.
Athena Demetrius.
Orders green.
Ah!
I was just thinking how beautiful she must be. Your daughter, Hera.
Why are you doing that right now?
How do you know her name? We all know her name. You were blessed. Demetrius Athena?
Execute jump.
Athena has a lot of control, because I'd be like, oh, say my daughter's name again.
Jump.
Oh, no!
Sir,
Oh,
we had a
no!
problem with the sync points. It'll take a few minutes to spool up the FTL drive again.
Shit. Oh, no!
Battle station! Check condition.
Oh,
Let's
no!
run the fleet. Get me some more frickin' birds in the air! Gun batteries!
Kara, call him. Call him.
Demetrius Athena, report.
Spaceship bearing 333 camera.
Oh, my God.
What the?
Ty? What the frackin'? Oh, my God.
Something isn't right.
Yeah, Ty, say it. Say it louder.
Firing solution correct. Main battery standing by to fire on your command.
Oh, God. Come on.
3, 2, 1. Weapons hold!
Oh, pull up. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's not the spaceship I wanted. Space shit. Ship I wanted.
Demetrius Galactica.
Oh, Ty. Oh, Ty, that's gonna make you sus.
Demetrius, I authenticate. Do not fire. Starbuck and Athena have control of the base ship.
Oh, boy, that look. I know why they have the opening. I wish they didn't. Bums my flow when I have to wait for the next thing. Oh boy. God, I feel like I have sweat dripping down my back from that scene. I was so nervous.
Colonel, they're with me.
There with you.
You're with them too. I'm worried about that 8. I am so worried about that 8.
So which one of them shot Gata?
Yeah. You're gonna have to explain that mutiny.
Deanna saw the faces of the final 5, which was forbidden. But if we unbox her, she can reveal their identities to us. The final 5 have been to Earth. If we help find them, they can help us get there.
Oh man, this room is uncomfortable.
What could possibly motivate us to trust you now? What have you got?
Fair question.
Madam President,
Oh.
you asked for a reason to help us? Vengeance. You destroy the hub. Cylons lose their ability to download.
They die just like anyone else.
Deanna will be able to identify them. We'll take you to the hub if you help us unbox Deanna.
Oh, I'm so worried.
Give us the coordinates of the hub first.
No, I won't do that. I said we would take you there.
Take her out. We're finished.
Oh, Admiral, I know what you're doing.
I'll give you the coordinates, but I want your word.
Stand down.
He always plays this game.
Once their identities are revealed, we'll be free to leave your fleet with the 5. Yes. They're here with you. The final 5 are in your fleet. That's why our raiders turned back the attack in the nebula.
And Adama just witnessed Ty do that.
The weapons hold. How the frack did you see that? What can I say? We got lucky.
Also, they weren't attacking.
Maybe we get lucky again. Sure.
If Ty's going, is he gonna tell them who the
Ty.
final 5 are?
Thank you.
I just don't know what's gonna happen to Admiral Adama when he finds out that Ty's a Cylon. Or Starbuck and Anders, the President and Tori, everyone in chief. Oh, Gata. I was like, oh my god, what are they doing? Oh god.
No, don't put me under, please. Just numb everything.
Felix.
Just do it. I want to wake up with my leg gone.
Oh, baby, I know.
Okay, son.
I would, personally. I'd be like, I don't want that memory. Thanks. It's just some things I don't need to experience in life. Watching somebody cut my limb off is just really not one of them. And hearing the sounds, that's why I tell people, even if you're getting your wisdom teeth out, just get knocked out. Wake up with them gone. No one's holding his hand or anything. That's kind of on Doc Cottle for allowing that to happen. He should have just been like, no, I'm not doing it with you awake.
We take out the FTL and the hub's stranded.
We blow the hub and billions of skin jobs lose their bath privileges.
Mortal enemies.
Yep.
Before we blow the hub, we need to get a team in to unbox Deanna.
Well, no, maybe we just don't. I say we blow the whole goddamn thing to dust, lock, stock, and barrel, and trust the president's vision.
And no one ever finds out that I'm a Cylon.
Why don't we split the difference? Unbox Deanna, find the 5. Keep the 5 till we get to Earth, turn them over to the rebels. They've waited this long. It'll be on our terms. It's all pie in the sky, gentlemen, until we know what's true and what's not.
The plan gets leaked to the Cylons, all bets are off. Have someone escort the rebel leader back to her base ship so she can inform her people they have a deal.
Oh my god, Ty. You're trying every which way, buddy. I know. You don't want anyone to know, and if the resurrection ship goes, if they can't download anymore, then if he dies, he just dies. No one ever knows he's a Cylon. Oh my gosh. This is so wild, seeing them inside of a base star. It's so dope.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. No need to carry on.
Why weren't we consulted?
It's a military operation. Why does everyone always look at Lee?
I'm sorry I'm in the dark as much as all of you.
But I bet Lee understands it. He can go
You know,
talk to
if they
Dad.
unbox the Deannas, at least we'll find out who the 5th one is.
Mm-hmm.
All it's gonna do is crowd the airlock a little more. You think they're gonna give you a medal when they find out who you are?
What about you?
Or these people care about you.
Gator. Whenever he feels the tingling, whenever he feels his phantom leg, Cottle says it helps him get through it. He sings.
I feel like everyone's going to be traumatized, but I think it'll also be okay.
I want you to find out who's behind the shared vision rumors.
With Baltar.
You're sleeping with him, right?
Whoop.
I've just been informed that you've been spotted down there enough times to be a charter member of his nymph squad.
Nymph squad. She's got another secret you don't know, too.
And I don't really care if you have to spend the night on your knees praying or just on your knees. I want a name. I want to know who's responsible for these lies.
Wow.
I am so sorry. You have a job to do.
I mean, I don't know what she would have expected. She was very much on the president's side against Baltar, and now she's sleeping with him.
We carry out the mission as promised, but when we return, we take hostages.
Oh, well.
We've come too far to risk everything on their trust.
I get it. I totally do. It's a smart plan. I just don't like it. And I feel like that 8 is going to be a problem. Not that I love that for Gata, but it's a beautiful moment.
You don't have to tell them everything. I know how it works. Just talk to the Quorum. Let them hear from the Cylon leader. Anything to put their fears to rest.
Smart. Lee is so good at this. Oh god, I just love Lee. Oh, I had to go hit that, huh?
What's the matter?
God. My boss is mad at me.
Where's this coming from?
These rumors you've started.
You seriously believe that I'm making all this up? I'm not saying I'm not capable, but why would I?
Yeah, that look, Tori, 100%. Everyone else watching the show.
I'm no bloodlust to go get her, but she's a hypocrite.
She's a
Lies.
hypocrite.
Co-opting the rhetoric of patriotism to keep everyone in the dark, including you. That's rather worrying, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And I do think that people need to know, but I think they needed to hear it from Rosalind.
I'm here to ask for your support. Bring her in.
Oh boy. Oh boy, I have to adjust everything. Alright, kidding. Probably a masterclass from Trisha right now.
Beyond the reach of the resurrection ships, we could feel a sense of time, as if each moment held its own significance.
Human.
We began to realize that for our existence to hold any value, it must end. To live meaningful lives, we must die and not return. I believe it was no accident that we were found by Kara Thrace.
Harbinger of death. She's gonna help the Cylons die. To have mortality.
My life you can take to have her please, to have her please.
Gaeta, I'm sorry, baby. I feel emotionally exhausted every time Gaeta's on the screen. It's just very hard to comprehend. I don't know why I'm trying to peek around her. She keeps seeing Gaius. Why does she keep seeing Gaius?
Bye-bye.
Okay, just breathe. I thought they were gonna end it right there.
Thus shall it come to pass. The dying leader shall know the truth of the Opera House.
Yep.
What did you say?
Mm-hmm. You're seeing an
Thus
opera
shall it
house?
come to pass. The Opera House.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you hear that? Who told you that?
Hybrid.
The hybrid on the base ship before they unplugged it. How does the hybrid know what's in my dream?
Why don't you go ask her?
We're not ready. We're deceiving them out of suspicion and fear. Why haven't the final five come forward? What if they're watching, judging us on our actions? We can't do this.
It's too late.
And we have to tell the humans the truth.
No. You can't do that. They'll never trust us again.
For telling them the truth about something you were going to do?
Talk to Adama. Tell him anything. Anything but the truth. I'll deal with the Centurions.
You guys are messing everything up. So they're taking Gaius over there? And Six and Hera and Athena? Everybody that's in the dream? Gaius looks good with a haircut and a shave.
We're going to talk to the hybrid.
And why would you require my presence?
Because
you're in my visions.
Mm-hmm. Dun dun dun.
What are you doing, baby? Can I see what you drew?
Any other time a kid writes 666 on something, parents start throwing holy water at him. Hera's dreaming about her too.
Why?
Oh, kids are rascals.
Hera? Have you seen my daughter? No, I haven't. Hera!
That little kid got away.
I can't find Hera.
He just continues going about his business? Come on, Chief. You got a kid. She's so cute. You want to talk to her? Easy, Athena. Easy.
Get away from my child!
Athena.
Stay back!
Whoa, girl. Put that down.
Turl, will you come in here and take Hera, please?
There's a lot of guns pointing every which way. It's a little scary. So much drama. I'm so into it. Lower your gun. Lower your gun.
You are never gonna take my child. We didn't come here to.
Oh! Oh!
To have her, please, just one day.
Okay, so what a beautiful episode that was. Like, just having Gaeta, like, I'm like, don't lose your life, just lose your leg. And I know that's very easy to say, but like, if you sum it all up, that's the best option. But, you know, there's definitely a trauma that comes with that. And the singing, you know, the president's right that, like, you know, something very unfortunate had to happen for him to find that voice. And maybe he was always a singer, but man, the coping that he has to do with that is just amazing. But I love how we had those little interludes with him singing, because it's always, you know, kind of like reminding us that not only what Gaeta has been through, but that, like, you know, the people peeking in on him, whether it was Lee or whether it was Gaius, you know, everyone kind of having that moment where they're just kind of like watching Gaeta, and they're just sad for him, sad for what he went through. And it's I feel sad for what the president's going through too, because, you know, if you've ever watched anyone go through cancer, it is horrific. And I'm so happy Lee came to talk to her, because I almost always side with Lee that, like, you know, if there is somebody that is in charge that is incompetent, or is having visions, or it's making them make decisions that are not based necessarily on fact, you have to question it. It doesn't necessarily mean that what they're seeing or saying is incorrect. It's just kind of scary, because it could be making them do something that they normally wouldn't do, or they would act out of character. So I think Lee saying, like, you have to talk to the quorum, like, you have to, like, relieve their fears, because, you know, they just think that she's communicating with Cylons about some visions that she has when she's high. And, you know, like, I think now in this show, like, we accept things like God's visions, prophecies, you know, Kara having a vision and chasing after it and hearing a song or hearing a sound, or, you know, this is happening all over the fleet from the people that we're witnessing it from. So it's not unusual. And to treat somebody as though that is highly unusual. And again, the quorum might not be the ones that are experiencing some of this stuff, but, you know, it's not unheard of. It's good to question leadership. It is good to ask for clarification. And they are owed that. When she's like, oh, they deserve me to say something? Yes. Like, you're not there just because we blindly trust. You're there because the people want you there, but you also answer to the people. You are a servant of the people. So you do owe them an explanation. And I'm very glad that Lee, you know, sometimes he comes in hot and sometimes he comes in with a lot of compassion. And I love when he came to talk to her, to say, like, you need to talk to them. It's not about keeping your job. It's because they don't trust that you're making the right decision. And they've already, every time they jump, they're just kind of like, yeah, this is probably it. You know, they're probably dead over there. And then every time they jump back, they're like, cool. All right. When you become numb to the experience, that's unfortunate. Lee experiencing it for the first time, I think, is great because, you know, it gives him a sense of the other side. You know, when you're facing the enemy head on, you have a front seat view. But when you are definitely out of the loop and you are relocated somewhere else and you have that anxiety of not knowing what's going on, I think that that's really good for Lee to experience, especially the people that are numb to that now. You know, that's probably what they were experiencing for quite some time, and now they just find a way to deal with it. I'm still rather confused. I'm mad at Athena for shooting Six. I understand why. I get why. But I don't know if it was necessary. But I also don't know why the president didn't invite Athena and Hera to go over there to talk to the hybrid, because they are in the dream. Like, wouldn't Rosalind want to know why she keeps seeing Athena in her dreams, not just Gaius and Six? Like, I don't know. The fact that the hybrid jumped away, I think, you know, is self-preservation 100%, that, you know, she's just like, danger. And, you know, especially with the Six being killed, you know, that's not going to be communicated for a hot second. So, you know, it's good because it separates a lot of the clash that could happen from it, the fallout. I also think having Gaius and Hilo jumping away as well, you know, it's crazy that the president is on a base star with Gaius Baltar talking to a hybrid. The fact that they jumped away is probably a good thing. I don't know if they're going to continue on that mission of destroying the resurrection hub, because I was like, well, if Ty goes on this mission, that's no good. Like, you know, obviously he's going to like maybe sabotage something, because he obviously does not want anyone to know that he is a Cylon, and he's happy just dying the man that he is. And he said so, you know, so like for him, he's like, yeah, just blow up the hub and then everyone just dies. Like, no big deal. No one will ever find out. I don't know how Adama wouldn't let his suspicion keep up there for the stop gun command, stop kill command, whatever it is, from Ty, because it's very out of character for Ty to do that in a calm, relaxed manner. But also, like, normally he's the one that's like, blow him out of the sky, you know. So I mean, Adama like asking about it, like, I don't know how that answer is like, oh, we just got lucky. It's like, no, like, you had a look on your face that was just like, I know something, but you know, we shouldn't do this. So Tori and her behavior with the president, like I said, like, you can't go from trying to fix an election to sleeping with the guy that you were trying to take down and have the president still trust you. And her finding out, like, you know, I get the coldness, and it's like the nymph squad. I mean, it's funny, but like, I understand the president's reaction to that. And, you know, Tori going right to Gaius after that was kind of gross. You know, the thing with apologizing to somebody is that you should always say, like, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. How can I make this up to you? And let the president say, you know, stop seeing Gaius. But instead, you know, she's just like, I'm sorry. And then she's like, I have nothing left to say to you. And like, that's how they leave it. I don't really dig that. Like, I feel like if you make an apology, you try to make amends for it as well. That just tells me that Tori doesn't necessarily think it's 100% wrong. And, you know, she gets to live her life any way that she wants. And calling Gaius on it and just saying, like, you're making up these stories. You know, the president really could have come to the conclusion that Tori was telling him all these things. I don't know how Tori necessarily would have known that she was having the visions either. But, you know, like Tori calling out Gaius, and Gaius just saying, like, no, like, it's real information. You know, like, I don't want to say, like, Gaius seems like a changed man. Of course, I never fully believed that, but I can't wait to see what happens with the hybrid and Gaius and the president. I think them jumping away, having Hilo there is, I feel much better about that than Starbuck being there. And like, you know, everyone trusts Hilo because, like, you know, he's just a good guy, and I feel really good about him being on this mission. Now, I really wanted Anders to touch the goo. He did not touch the goo. It's a really weird thing to say out loud. But, you know, I don't know if they meet the final five and if they keep their mouth shut about the final five. You know, Hilo, he's married to a Cylon. He loves a Cylon. So I don't think his reaction to the final five would be like what it is if Adama found out about Ty, or if anyone found out about Chief, or, you know, Starbuck finding out about Anders, and the president finding out about Tori. Oh my God. Like like her finding out about the final five might be extreme. But you know, they still don't know the one that's left. And I'm like, okay, I was like, maybe it is Gata, maybe it is Starbuck. And I mean, if the final five is with the fleet, it's somebody that's with the fleet. And I'm just trying to figure out who it could possibly be. If it's some rando, I will definitely be pissed. Just an FYI. Like it could be Zarek for all I know. But like we didn't see them come together like in a 5 with the music. So then I'm like, is the final one with the fleet? Like, so I don't know. The final one might be on Earth, and you know there was only, you know, one model or whatever, and she was the one that was left behind, or he was the one that was left behind, or you know, like they are the final piece, and there was no duplicate models. I don't know. I'm trying to piece it together because I'm just like if all 5 were on Galactica or with the fleet, we would have seen the other one hearing the music. So I don't think that they are with the fleet, or they were just like, oh, it's the music. I've been waiting for this moment. Oh, there's 4 more of us that are freaking out right now. Like, I don't know. I want to know. Okay. All right, that was my freak out for the day. But guys, if you want to watch full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to 4 episodes early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I don't even know what to say. Just how did you like this episode? Because I thought it was phenomenal. The last episode I really loved because of the emotional beats, and I loved this one because, like, literally I have had anxiety the entire time. From the base star jumping and the Demetrius not jumping, and then the base star jumping away and leaving the rest of the fleet, and then Ty every time like we're confronted with the idea of the final 5 and the Deannas being unboxed to like reveal who the final 5 are. Like, I love this episode, and I think it's just going to get ramped up until the very end. I keep trying to imagine how we're going to be at the end, and I want it to be a happy ending. I don't think it won't be a happy ending. I don't think it'll be a happy ending that I'm expecting. I think there's a lot of subversion of expectation that happens with this show, and you know, I'm here for the ride, and I can still be bummed about certain things, but you know, like I always see things as somebody putting their blood, sweat, and tears and their art into something, and I'm okay appreciating it for what it is. I don't think I'd ever shit on anything necessarily. The Last Airbender movie, definitely hate that thing. But I try to always see the beauty in something. So even if it doesn't go how I think it's going to go, I still think that I will be satisfied at the end, unless it's open-ended and they're just like, oh, welcome to Earth, and then just like black, like. I need to know what the Earthlings think. Come on. So guys, come back here for the next episode. And in the meantime, I'll see ya.